Many at the Yahoo Yogi knew the media of Amishi. Ginger Creek, a period of you, saying I'm a low down and you think she will buy a the Lodi Kenya Shinjama. Now they may be who will be the Shinjama as a place at over the young Hoya Pava. I mean, any love figure. It is a whole Chigmayamo. Ida Yunina. Many Shinjama. Shinjama going out of Udova through Sapu, Japo. And the near Umane Shinsati Shinjama.
Sada says, yesterday, one of the yogis asked the question, and Sayadaw tried to give reply. Sayadaw couldn't elaborate yesterday because of time limitation. So she would like to continue the same topic today. He says he would like to try to elaborate in detail as much as possible to give the proper answer to the question of the yogi. Although it is not easy to give the answer within short period, it needs enough time to give proper answer. He says, to have proper answer to that question, he should have to explain about the dependent origination in elaborated way, but there is no enough time to do that. So therefore today he would like to try to explain the question in brief as well as to have sufficient meaning in it. So he would like to explain about the 3 rounds, how they connected each other and how it could be disconnected. Therefore, all the yogis need to give their all ears to the Sayadaw. They need to offer their ears to the Sayadaw today.
What does the John Jew theory do on the system of
There are 3 rounds in the Dhamma. Rounds means here those cause and effect processes which constantly circling, depending each other. as the cause and effect process. So therefore it is called round.
Tadi wata tongi usraga ti isa wata ni kama wata ne so yubaga wata sa tongi shiare tadi tongi lega isa wata sa wija ya tana ubadana ti tongi go isa wata ni khobareအဲဒီကိလေသာကိုအကြောင်းပြုပြီးတော့ကောင်းဆိုအမျိုးမျိုးကံကြီးပြုတာပြုလုပ်တဲ့ကံကြီးအဲဒီသမဝတ္တလို့ခေါ်ပါတယ်အဲဒီကံမျိုးမျိုးကြောင့်နောက်ဘဝမှာအကျိုးအနေနဲ့ဝင်သွားပြီးတော့သင်္ချာဖြစ်ပေါ်မှုဥပကဝတ္တလို့ခေါ်တယ်
The first round is named as Kilesa Vata, the round of defilement. And the second one is the round of karma. And the third one is named as Vipaka Vata, or the round of result, or the consequence. Among those three types of rounds, the round of defilement means there are three component parts: craving, delusion, and clinging. Being the cause, these three aspects, beings in this world perform various wholesome and unwholesome karmas or acts, and that accumulated karma is called round of karma. Because of the round of karma, or the accumulated various karma forces, people get the result in their next life. And that round is called round of result.
Jadi kiri tahu tunggu mereka awal jasa amma mati apa? Amma mati itu sara luar ini besar juga tu awal jasa.
Among those three rounds of defilement, the illusion means here not knowing the reality as it is. That means knowing it in wrong way.
Jadi awija ga namyo shiပါတယ်တိအပတိပါတိအဝိဇ္ဇာနဲ့မိစ္ဆာပฏิပါတိအဝိဇ္ဇာတွေလို့ဒီရှိပါတယ်အဲဒီnamyoတွေကပထမမျိုးစားကလုံးလုံးသိမြင်ခြင်းမရှိတာလုံးလုံးမသိမြင်တာအပတိပါတိအဝိဇ္ဇာခေါ်ပြီးတော့မှားမှားယွင်းယွင်းသိမြင်တာကမိစ္ဆာပฏิပါတိအဝိဇ္ဇာလို့ခေါ်တယ်
And that ignorance also could be divided in two ways. In Pali it is called Appatipatti Avijja and Micchapatipatti Avijja. That means the first one has the meaning when that ignorance will be there, people don't know really the reality. So direct unknowing the reality is the Appatipatti Avijja. And Micchapatipatti Avijja means when people possess that second type of avijja or the ignorance, they know the knowable things in wrong ways. So they follow in wrong way and they know it in wrong way. And that avijja is called Micchapatipatti Avijja.
တတိအဝိဇ္ဇာနှမျိုးလွှမ်းမိုးခံရတဲ့ပုဂ္ဂိုလ်ကိုပါဠလို့ခေါ်ပါတယ်။အဲဒီပါဠဟာကောင်းကံဆိုးကံတွေနဲ့ရောထွေးပြီးတော့နေတာပါပဲ။သင်္ကူဟာသူလှုပ်ထားတဲ့အမြင်ထဲမှာရောထွေးပြီးတော့ဖြစ်နေတယ်လို့ပေါ့။တို့ဒီပဲအဝိဇ္ဇာလွှမ်းမိုးခံရတဲ့ပါဠဟာလည်းပဲကောင်းကံဆိုးကံတွေ
The Sadhu says, those people who are overpowered by those two types of ignorances, then they are called the ignorant ones or the foolish. Because of the overwhelming power of those two types of ignorances, the ignorance couldn't see what they should do and what they shouldn't do. So therefore they are ready to do any types of acts. And they are turning round and round in this world without stop.
Tindala phung khaya de myesi ha phung mya lo chi ye long long le be myi hai ba bu myi ni ma lo Paman kanga ma myi hu du wa do uru wa da a ma yu ni le myi tat pa le chou tu be wizza tindala phung khaya de pukkul ha sin ye ko le sin ye ma ma ti sin ye thi chaw ma le ma ti sin ye nyi ya le a ma ma ti sin ye nyi ya lu jaw jaw အကျင့်ကောင်းအကျင့်မှလည်းမသိလုံးလုံးမသိဘူးဖြစ်တာပြည်နေမယ်လို့သူကဝိရဝါဒပါပဲစာတော်ရသိစာကျဲရသလောက်ပဲသူကရှိရပါပဲဖြစ်တဲ့တော့မပို့ပါဘူး
Sadhu says those people whose eyes are covered with glaucoma, or how to call glaucoma. If the glaucoma is not very thick, then they might see a little bit. If the glaucoma is covering totally on their eyes, then they cannot see anything totally. In the same way, those people who have covered with the ignorance, if the ignorance is little thick, they might be able to see the reality little bit. they might see it with covering, like something is clouded. That means they cannot see the Four Noble Truths, that this is the truth of suffering, this is the cause of suffering, this is the cessation of suffering, and this is the path which leads to the cessation of suffering. They couldn't know these four types of noble truths when they are covered with those two types of illusions.
Let me add to do it by this solution and then change up. I mean, my look, Sabi, never material. People may look Sabi long never yet. Let you that machine. So, Kini Raga, the guy you know, sit, do what this I take it here, I sit here. Sing it about the other, I will see that. So, the look he said, I will my sugar. I will do what this my name. Material, Louis, or you take on my work. Dukha, sing a look, Dukha, Dukha look like sing a China look like it. That you are bounding as a young man. When I think about only Niakaha, a same level of Mamma New, Nia level, Uruwara, a man never knew, a really social community. A really social community. Near the container, as a theatre, container. You no material, a really social idea. You material, no material, which are everybody will have for the young and sunny as you are. Which are the
Sadhu says, although there are some people who study the text and try to get some understanding according to the text. And some people are there who just try to think this way and that way, and they try to understand something. But they are not really doing the practice to see through the experiential knowledge. And such type of people cannot see the reality as they are, realities as they are. So therefore, Sayadaw compared to them with those people who are covered with the glaucoma on their eyes. Sometimes they might see little bit if the glaucoma is not very thick enough. And they are like those people who are just trying to get some understanding through the study and through thinking this way and that way. And other people who don't have really any understanding, they never study this text, they never try to think. So they are really a blind people. So in this way there are two types of people, and those people who are totally blind, they are similar to the first ignorant people who haven't got any kind of understanding, any kind of clarity about the reality. In actual practice, when we are trying to see each and every object clearly with our noting, whenever there may arise some object through the six sense doors. If we see each and every object clearly, then it will become clear to us that there is only the process of mind and matter, or physical and mental phenomenal processes are only there, not more than that. And those mental and physical processes are all the truth of suffering. When they cannot see clearly those mind and matters are the truth of suffering, then whatever they experience through their senses, they think they are all nice one, beautiful one, handsome one. When they see something, at that time also they might have feeling of what a beautiful thing, what a nice thing, what a pleasurable thing. It will give me happiness. So they engage on that thing. Eventually they couldn't get the happiness there. So disappointment will be there. Because they are thinking the truth of suffering as truth of happiness. So therefore, when people may not have any kind of experiential knowledge through their practice, they will take suffering as happiness. That is why it is called the wrong way to follow. And when they follow wrongly, then their ignorance is called Mithapatipatti, following the wrong path through the ignorance. So in that way, when people couldn't have real experiential knowledge about the physical and mental phenomena which arises through the six sense doors, then there arise those two types of ignorances, especially the second one.
Kamago chanda ne sesaပြီးတော့ပြောမှာပုံမူပြီးတော့သဘောပေါက်ပြရရှိပါတယ်ကာမဂုဏ်ဆိုတာမြင်ကောင်းကြားကောင်းနားကောင်းရတာကောအဖြစ်တွေကောင်းခေါ်တဲ့အခုလူတွေကျုံနေရတဲ့အာယုံ၅ပါးကာမဂုဏ်တရားတွေပါပဲအဲ့ဒါတွေကိုကောင်းလေးတွေညီကြနာစာဖြစ်တွေသွားလို့ရှိရင်ဒီလိုကောင်းတယ်ကြားလို့ကောင်းတယ်နားလို့ကောင်းတယ်စားလို့ကောင်းတယ်ဖြစ်တွေ့လို့ကောင်းတယ်ဆိုတာဆန္ဒတွေဆိုတာကာမဂုဏ်ဆန္ဒခေါ်ပါတယ်အဲ့ဒါတော့လောကလေးတော့ရှိပါတယ်မရှိဘူးမဟုတ်ပါဘူးအဲ့ဒီကာမဂုဏ်ချမ်းသာအလေးပေးနေတဲ့ပုဂ္ဂိုလ်တွေကတော့လောကအမြင်အဖြစ်ချမ်းသာလို့ဆိုရင်လည်းဒီချမ်းသာကဘေးတင်အောင်ကောင်းတဲ့ချမ်းသာဒီချမ်းသာအကြောင်းကြည့်ပြီးတော့ဖြစ်နိုင်တဲ့ဘေးတွေဟာအမှန်တော့ဖွင့်နေတာဘေးတင်အောင်ကောင်းတဲ့ချမ်းသာအဲ့ဒီကာမဂုဏ်ပေါ်မှာကာမဂုဏ်ချမ်းသာပေါ်မှာဒီတရားကောင်းတဲ့ချမ်းသာပဲလို့လုံးဝမသိဘူး။အဲ့ဒါဝိဇ္ဇာတော့မသိတဲ့အပြင်အဲ့ဒီကာမဂုဏ်ချမ်းသာကိုပဲတည်ချမ်းသာပဲလို့လူတွေဟာဒီဟာနဲ့ပဲနေရတာဒါမှဒီချမ်းသာဖြစ်တယ်လို့အဲ့ဒီကြောင်းညာဆန်းနေတဲ့ဒီစားအဲ့မှာအပ္ပတိဝတိဝိဇ္ဇာနဲ့မိစ္ဆာပတိဝတိဝိဇ္ဇာကိုဖြစ်တော့
Sada says, to make it clear, it is necessary to talk about the sensuous pleasures. Then only it will become clear to you. So there are 5 sensuous pleasures arising through the seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching. When these 5 sensuous pleasures arise as the agreeable object, pleasurable object, joyful object, then people are there to enjoy them. Whenever they see something, if the object is pleasing to them, so they try to get happiness from them. So they were involved in it to get happiness. Sayadaw says, yes, there is happiness. There is enjoyment. There is delightful thing. But that delight is full of danger. Do you agree that? And whenever listen to something, and if you enjoy it, if you think it is agreeable, pleasing, so you involve in it. And when there will be good smelling things, so you enjoy it, and you will see how a nice smell I am taking. Good smell, or it gives me a lot of pleasure, happiness. So you feel happy when you get sweet smelling things. When you have same type of taste which are tasty, full of joys, how do you say?
Juice.
Juice. Full of juice, and you enjoy it. You want to get full happiness tasting the thing. In the same way, the touching. Whenever you are feeling good, enjoying all these 5 sense pleasures, there is the thought coming non-stop. What a happy things, what a happy things, what a happy things. So you want to gain non-stop happiness from those things. But eventually what do you get? Do you get real satisfaction and happiness from it? You can't say. So that is why Sayadaw says, although they could give some sort of happiness, but it is not everlasting happiness, permanent happiness, real happiness. They are full of dangers. You cannot get rid of danger if you try to get real happiness from those sensuous pleasures. If it is so, then you cannot say those sensuous pleasures are real happiness, and they are the reality to give happiness to you. And what happened then? The happiness which is not real, in which there is no reality, if you take them as real and as reality, then you are in wrong position. So you are following the wrong way, and you are thinking wrongly. So therefore, that type of following ignorance is called the ignorance which arises through wrong thought.
Edi kamakung chanda boma, bidi yang kau nak chanda boma, long, aje mengira. Jadi, kau ni dia itu luar masuk, tidak ya. Jadi wujudnya pengharu, kau nari, jadi nari saja, kian. Kau nari dia, tu bila, kau nari dia, kena siapa lah. Kau nari dia ya lah, jadi bidi yang kau ni kalau ada suka kalau lah, tapi kau nari sudah, kena di puasi juga ada. Kau nari, itu ngara dia, ni ngara dia, kanda dia. Cara nana sara tidak besar, tidak besar. Ngari itu kau ni, ini sulit kita. Saya bila le sulit pun kita, kalau niamha bila le sulit pun kita. Ubaran kita. Kenapa ni ubaran kita?
When people try to get happiness through those sensuous pleasures, and they cannot see any disadvantages on them, they try to see those things are real happiness giving things. If they have such notion, they have such view and idea, they never want to go away from those things. They want to enjoy them as much as possible. So therefore, not knowing the five senses are not real pleasurable thing, and not finding any defect on it creates craving. They want to enjoy them to get more and more happiness from them. And when they attach to it, they crave to it, there arises another view, another thought that these things belong to me. I am enjoying these things, and these things are mine. In this way, the wrong thought arises there. When these two defilements are strongly involved with those five sensuous pleasures, you don't want to give up them, you want to keep them all the time. What is that? That is the clinging. So in this way, upadana, clinging starts.
အဲ့ဒီသုံးမျိုးကိုကိလေသာဝတ္တလို့ခေါ်ပါတယ်အဲ့ဒီသုံးမျိုးပဲဒီတစ်စက္ကန့်မှာဒီကြိမ်ကြလောက်တွေ့ပြီးရင်တမိနစ်မှာဆိုရင်အချိန်ပေါင်း6ပြီတနားရီဆိုရင်3600တရက်မှာဆိုရင်24နာရီဆိုတော့အိတ်ချိန်ခန္ဓာထိုင်ပြီးတန်းတဲ့ချိန်မှာအဲ့ဒါတွေ့ပြီးဝတ္တဆိုတဲ့အတိုင်းတခုပေါ်ဒီကိလေသာကိုလည်းပတ်နေတာ
So when you are involved in this way with these three types of defilement process, you are spinning with those three types of defilements. And therefore those three types of defilements are called the round of defilements. You are turning again and again, spinning again and again, non-stop turning, non-stop spinning is there. If you don't have any practice on you or in you, you don't realize what is happening in your life. Suppose while you are doing the practice, whenever there arises any kind of one of those objects in your practice, if you note them, if seeing arises, if you note it as seeing, during that moment, those round of defilements couldn't be there. But if you haven't such type of noting in each and every moment, then if one noting takes the time for 1 second, then in 1 minute, how many turnings of defilement, rounds of defilement would be there in your life? 60 times the rounds of defilements are spinning and turning in your life. So therefore, Sayadaw is giving the example how those defilements are turning one after another without having any stop in your life.
အဲဒီပေါ်မှာပြည့်နေရင်တော့ကောင်းတာတွေတောင်းတာပြီးတော့တာယာဆွဲလန်းမှုသင်္မဆွဲလန်းမှုဒီကိလေသာကိုတုံးကြောင်းပြပြီးတော့ကောင်းတဲ့ကောင်းတာလေးတွေကိုရရှိဖို့ရအတွက်ကြံစည်ရတာရှိတယ်။ဒါလေးတွေရဖို့ရရှိအောင်ကြိုးစားရမှာတရားသဖြင့်ကြံစည်လို့ရှိရင်တော့ဒါရှိတဲ့စိတ်ကလေးတွေပေါ့။မူရာလေးတွေဖြစ်တာ။သူ့ဝိုင်းပစ္စည်းကိုအပိုင်စီးလို့တဲ့စိတ်တွေပေါ့အပိစ္ဆာတွေဖြစ်မယ်ပြီးတော့ဒီကောင်ကိုအာယုံရရှိရေးအတွက်ဇပါရတွေလည်းဖြစ်မယ်ကာမဂုဏ်ခံစားတာအပြစ်မရှိဘူးဒါတော့ဒီသားတွေမှာလည်းရှိတာပဲစသည်ပေါ့လေလွဲဖားတဲ့အယူဆတွေလည်းဖြစ်မယ်မနောကံတွေဖြစ်သွားတယ်အဲဒီကမှတစ်ဆင့်ဆက်ပြီးတော့ဒီကာမဂုဏ်ချမ်းသာရရှိရေးအတွက်ပြောရမယ်ဆိုရမယ်လောကခံရမယ်ပေါ့လေသူကြီးကံဒီကာကံတွေလည်းမြောက်သွားတယ်သင်ကျဲတဲ့ကာကံဒီကံတွေမြောက်သွားလို့ရှိရင်တော့တန်ရှင်းတဲ့ကံတွေပေါ့လေအပြုမှုတွေပေါ့မသင်ကျဲတဲ့နှလုံးသားနေရာမကျတော့မသင်ကျဲတဲ့ကိုယ်လုံးအပြုမှုတွေဖြစ်သွားလို့ရှိရင်မကောင်းကံတွေလည်းဖြစ်သွားတယ်အဲဒီကံတွေဖြစ်ရတာခုနကိလေသာကိုအကြောင်းပြုပြီးဖြစ်ရတာပါပဲ
Sayadaw says, when you are turning round and round because of those three types of defilement, then you want to have more and more enjoyment in those sensuous pleasures. And to get more and more enjoyment in the sensuous pleasures, you need to act to possess them. You need to do something for them, to gain those things in your hand or in your life all the time. So, to possess those things, if you think in right way, then you might have some type of wholesome act in your thinking. If not, then there will be unwholesome act in your thinking. To gain those 5 types of sensuous pleasures, sometimes you might have to plunder others' property, and you want to take away others' property to possess as your own. So the thought of covetousness could arise in your mind, because I want to enjoy it myself. I don't want to see others enjoying it. So that type of unwholesome thought arises in your mind, and the mental act is there as the covetousness. If you gain them, then you will feel happy. If you can't get them, then there may arise another feeling. I want to kill them. I want to shoot them. I want to break down them. So that type of ill will or ill thought may arise in your mind. So there is the mental act arising through those 3 types of the round of defilement. And not only that, to gain such pleasurable things, sometimes you need to work with speech, sometimes you need to work physically. If you are working lawfully, in legal way, then you might have wholesome physical and verbal act in you. If not, then those acts could be unwholesome, physical and verbal acts. So depending on those 3 types of round of defilements, wholesome and unwholesome acts are accumulated, and then there come the round of karma.
I think the council new you look at seeing our colleague and ha to guide that to keep your dog in a look. Be dog your mahogany. People saying that is nothing. Seeing our colleague can shame body, say nothing. Tana Mabot. The same judge she called you so you review ya, that is it and you know that. ဆက်မြတ်တဲ့အရှင်ကြီးတဲ့ဖခင်ဒီသွားတဲ့ခါကျတော့သာသမီတွေမှာအရှင်ထားခဲ့တယ်လို့ပြောတယ်အရှင်ကြီးထားခဲ့တယ်တတ္တိကြီးထားခဲ့တယ်အဲဒီတတ္တိကြီးကနောက်တင့်တော်တဲ့တစ်ချိန်မှာပေါ့လေကျိုးတော်ပြီးတော့ဖြစ်တော့တာအဲဒီဖြစ်ပေါ်လာတဲ့အကျိုးကိုဥပကဝတ္တလို့ခေါ်ပါတယ်အဲဒီဥပကဝတ္တဟာဒီပြည့်စုံထားတဲ့ကံကြောင့်တော့ထဘဝတည်အနေနဲ့တွားပြီးတော့ပေါ်
Shadow says, whenever you are acting wholesome or unwholesome act, there is strong force in it as the volition. According to that force of volition, your act becomes forceful, powerful, influential. Although there is the process of rising and dissolving, but the influence of the act which you do with forceful volition, that leaves some